Quack, 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 ah, ah, ah.
Most hunters go into the wilderness expecting silence, but silence in the wild is never normal.
They're like 200 yards that way. Just standing there.
Hey!
Tonight, you'll see 5 solo hunting encounters that began like any other day, only to twist into moments of fear, confusion, and pure survival. One of these hunters discovers that the forest is watching him. Another realizes he isn't the predator, he's the prey.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stay tonight, boys and girls. Ah! Okay.
And by the end, you'll never look at a quiet tree line the same way again.
I think I saw one person earlier walking way back far over there. They were heading kind of horizontal.
He entered the woods alone, camera rolling, expecting a normal exploration, but almost immediately, something felt wrong.
Somebody's just standing there. I think they just saw me now because where I walked more in that clearing over there. Hi.
Earlier that day, he spotted a figure on a distant ridge, someone walking horizontally across the tree line without acknowledging him. Odd, but not alarming.
They're looking over here. Hey. Hi. I feel like I'm surrounded.
Hours later, everything changed. Movement flashed between the trees. He stepped into a clearing and realized someone was watching him, not moving, just staring.
They're like 200 yards that way, just standing there. There's like that overhanging tree right about there. You could barely see it beyond my fingers, and they're just standing right.
Darkness crept in as he tried to steady himself, forcing logic into a situation that didn't feel logical at all. He lifted his headlamp, and the figure disappeared. Relief lasted only seconds. The person reappeared in the exact same spot, as if they'd never moved, except they had.
Hey! Hi!
Then something shifted, a rustle behind him. He spun around and froze. Another figure crouched in the bushes, far closer than he'd realized.
Hey, how are ya? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stay tonight, boys and girls. Ah! Okay.
Fear snapped into survival. He grabbed his gear and pushed through thorny brush, tearing his sleeping bag as he ran. He kept glancing behind him, expecting someone to follow.
There, prickers. My sleeping bag, god damn it. It's gonna rip. Oh, all right. Okay, this isn't even funny. Why is this?
By the time he reached the main trail, no one was visible, but the feeling of being watched never stopped, even as he left the forest for good.
That was absolutely terrifying once again. My chest hurts, got prickers up and down my legs, ripped my brand new sleeping bag, and just sprinted through the forest with a full belly of stroganoff.
And the strangest part? This wasn't the only time a solo hunter felt surrounded by invisible footsteps. Because our next hunter didn't just see figures, he heard them circling.
For many reasons, but sometimes your mind just plays tricks on you. And you think you can hear like treading through the woods, but...
He came for camping. He came for hunting. He expected peace.
Can't hear any talking. Can't see any torches. It's just me in here.
But peace vanished the moment the forest went quiet. Birdsong, gone. Wind, gone. Nothing moved. And in that unnatural silence, he heard footsteps.
There was birds singing, and I've just noticed they've just stopped singing. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they be singing? I'm finding it really difficult to focus.
Soft at first, then heavier, deliberate.
Some really heavy movements in the bushes, and
He tried to relax, building a fire, cooking, talking to himself to break the tension. But the footsteps only came when he stopped speaking, as if whatever was out there didn't want to be heard.
really difficult to focus. Lovely little spot. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the bushes as well. As I was standing still, there was this movement there. So I think what I'm going to do...
Shadows shifted in the underbrush. He saw a shape dip behind a bush, then sink into the darkness. That's when instinct whispered the truth. Leave. Now.
My bag is already packed. I'm just going to grab what I can grab and come back here in the morning and maybe just do a bit more talking with you there. So I think it's important to be real with you guys.
He packed only what he could carry. As he stepped onto the trail, a dog barked somewhere deep in the woods, suggesting someone else might be out there. Someone who had been listening to him chop wood for hours without ever revealing themselves.
Big. Alright, I guess I could take this tarp away, but I just don't really want to. Alright, I'm going to go, guys. Hello?
He hurried through the fog-covered field, climbing a fence so quickly he injured himself doing it. Footsteps followed, controlled, intentional.
I apologise, it's not really the vibe I go by. I'm all about.
He later said it wasn't the noises that terrified him, it was how long someone stayed hidden, watching, waiting, listening.
You could see in the video it wasn't dark by the time I was getting spooked. It was starting to, maybe the next 40 minutes or so. And I could see the black silhouettes of these bushes moving, and I could hear pushing.
And sometimes when the forest watches you, it's not with human eyes. Because the next hunter discovered something staring at him from above, and it wasn't human. High in the snowy mountains, a solo hunter waited quietly for game. But something felt off, an instinct he couldn't explain. Then he saw it. Perched in a tall tree, staring down at him, was a tiger. Not pacing, not hiding, just watching, with the intensity of an animal measuring distance, timing, and opportunity. And he wasn't the only hunter to come face to face with a predator ready to charge. Because the next man didn't spot the danger from a tree. He saw it running straight toward him. This hunter thought it was just another day in the woods, bow in hand, moving slowly through familiar territory. Then he noticed something moving in the distance, too far to identify, too quiet to predict. He froze, watching the shape grow larger, and realized it was a bear. The bear made eye contact and charged. He shouted, he waved his arms. Nothing stopped it.
Quack! 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 Quack!
The animal slammed him to the ground. In the chaos, he completely forgot he was holding a bow with an arrow in place. Instinct replaced training. Survival replaced strategy. Somehow, he got away, but the experience left him with a chilling reminder. Which brings us to our final encounter. A hunter face to face with another apex predator, one that tested his nerves and his aim. During a quiet hunt, he spotted movement, low, silent, dangerous. A mountain lion emerged from the brush, staring him down. He He raised his handgun and tried to scare it back. The lion didn't budge. It took slow steps toward him, muscles coiled. He fired a warning shot. It jumped back, but didn't retreat. Seconds dragged on. Then, without warning, the lion turned and walked away on its own. Relief hit him so hard he could barely breathe, because in hunts like this, you never know which moment will be your last, or when the wilderness will decide it's had enough of you. These encounters prove something every solo hunter eventually learns. In the wilderness, you're never truly alone. Sometimes the danger watches from the tree line, sometimes it circles in silence, and sometimes it's already above you, waiting. If you want to continue exploring the wildest real encounters ever recorded, there's another story waiting for you right now. Choose the next video and step carefully. The woods are never as empty as they seem.